Okay, so this is the video about drones and everything going on with the drones right now. So we have these aerogels, and these aerogels can, with certain structures, can be pulled down. Those have strong enough structure to be able to be pulled down, and these structures can be they can pull vacuum on it, and so it's as light as air. So what happens when you pull a vacuum in air? It becomes lighter than air, so it's going to float above the air. So you can make basically helium pressures whenever you want, and or it's a vacuum, and because of the weight structure of it, it's as light as air. Then it works just like air. So ultimately, they are having these structures, and they are able to make these crafts. And I've already talked about how to make the ultimate drone swarm, so you can have deployable solar battery charging stations that can be deployed by the drones in different areas. Well, you can use these craft. We can make, because if you make a big enough area, then you can start to add extra surface mass onto there. Eventually, once if you got enough lift for the amount of weight that you have of the structure. So if you make it big enough, then you might build enough lift to start putting extra materials, and you can put like these simulated screens on the outside of the structure to make whatever show you want. It can make it look like a drone, make it look like a quadcopter drone, but it's really not. It's actually a uh, a different style, structure, and uh, and it matches its background perfectly. It has true dark colors, inclinations, and or or they could just be using this for a structure for recharging stations. So you can have drone recharging stations. So these drones have these so big, huge solar uh, charging arrays basically in the sky floating, and they can use stacked beryllium coatings to keep with electricity going through it to keep radar from being able to signature, get a signature on them. And then you can have the whole structures floating up in the sky and charging up using the sun, charging up batteries that can be swapped out, so drones can fly up into the structure, up into it, and basically refuel by switching out the batteries. And um, and so once they switch out their batteries, then it's it's super simple. Then they can go fly back around, and that's how they're able to stay in the sky. So if you don't have a secure ground force, ground station where you can deploy recharging stations, and you don't want to go to the ground anyways, you rather just stay in the sky because that makes more strategic sense. You use these aerogel type of structures. And so I've already learned about these aerogel structures. So you'd obviously piece that together, and that's what you would do. So that makes a lot of sense. So and we're seeing, obviously with my other design of a mercury toroid anti-gravity capacitor, you can spin up, um, uh, you can spin up mercury. You can magnetically levitate it through a toroidal flow and get it spinning, and then that induces eddy currents into the metals, which gets it spinning around, and you can make a basically a whole structure to be able to capture capture the flow. But you need massive cooling because all the eddy currents that you're passing into the metal heats it up really hot, and especially when you're using lightning strikes from the HARP device. It's when the HARP device hits in the same place multiple times. War of the Worlds. When you see War of the Worlds, when the lightning comes down and hits the same spot in the ground multiple times, boom, 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 boom. It's charging up the mercury toroid anti gravity capacitor because it basically just lifts it up and makes it super lightweight, and that's why this thing can kind of float around with light, small little legs. And uh, yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much the technology. But yeah, um, they're going to be able to have these things, and they can charge them up, and they're basically local area crafts. So they're local area craft only. It's not going to be a craft for uh it's not going to be a craft for anything anything long distance outside of our system. It's only charged up with lightning strikes, which isn't that powerful. It's not that powerful. It's just a local area craft, defense system craft. Small, easy, nothing to even worry about. It's very low technology, and but yeah, that's all we're allowed here. We're allowed some basic things, some basic operational tools for defense or whatever of the planet, and so yeah, that's one of the more basic ones, and they're going to be using that. Those are the ones that have laser weapons. It seems like they can they're throwing a laser beam at the energy weapon, the pulsed energy weapon, or they even have projectiles they can even launch maybe with some different other craft. But it's going to be a multitude of different drones. It's not just one type of drone doing anything. We have a multitude of different drones to create all different narratives and weave different structures to keep people from seeing what we actually have. So it's a orchestra of different drones doing different purposes, and none of them and all of them are to make the drone network seem stronger than it actually is. Or weave whatever narrative they want to weave that is what it isn't. So, anyways, I wanted to make this video and give that up. That's update on there is that we have the drone stations in the sky with aerogels. So it's you'll be able to switch out batteries up in the sky, or the drones could just be those type of things. And they have projections on them, and they can avoid detection because of their stacked beryllium coating, and because they don't have any vibrations, they don't make much noise as they're sitting and hovering in an area. So yeah. Anyways, I just want to make this video, and I hope y'all all have a glorious, magnificent, wonderful, beautiful, awesome, amazing, incredible existence and time. And I'll see you all in the next video. You should definitely subscribe because otherwise, I don't think you'll see this channel again. It's a rarity. So, love you all. Till next time. Bye.